If you're looking to get some leverage in your business by outsourcing all of your content editing needs, you're going to want to stick around for today's interview. I'm chatting with Kevin and Brandon, owners of LT Media and the company who handles all of my content editing needs, in addition to managing both of my YouTube channels. I really can't say enough good things about Kevin and Brandon, and I've worked with quite a few companies before I found them, so I really have some comparison to be able to share, and you're not going to want to miss today's interview. What do you all think makes you different from other creators?
So the difference with what we do than what maybe other agencies do is the relationship we try to build with our clients. So when we first started, we, like everyone, you want to scale up and you want to scale fast. So, you get into this whole idea of automation, hiring out editors, and then just passing things along. But what we found is that you just start to get undercut by so many different people because everyone's trying to do the same thing. But the one thing that was missing from a lot of the clients and why we were losing a lot of clients was the relationship wasn't there. They could care less about, okay, there's just these two guys who we talk to, but there's these other two guys who are a little bit cheaper. So now what is the difference? We started finding that out real fast when we started just dropping a lot of clients. And then we're like, you know what? It's probably because there's no relationship there. So what we wanted to do was focus now on the clients that we did have that were still here and then building that relationship a lot stronger. Maybe it's content ideas, maybe it's the systems needed to be better, maybe our meetings needed to be better. So just different things like that is what we really want to focus on.
And I think with the relationship part, it's the vibe and the energy that I get with working with these core people. Because I think when we were doing that, getting as many people and getting as many clients, it just felt like a transactional relationship. It was like, here's the money. Sure. I would rather work with people who see content as an important part of their business because we see it as very important.
In real estate as well, like you don't want to just sell a house and then like you don't talk to your clients anymore. Like you want to make sure you have that relationship and you stay friends. And like even some clients, it's like if you leave for whatever reason, like I would still want to stay friends with you. If for some reason you're like, hey guys, I can't do this anymore, or it's like it was good, it's like I just don't want to say like, okay, bye Amanda, like we don't talk to you ever again. Like I feel like I would still want to catch up with you every so often just because we built this relationship and it's like super important.
Yeah, absolutely. And even, and not just for me as a client, but your clients in general, if situations change for them, it could change again down the road. There's no reason for that relationship to just end.
Yeah, to go sour and then you just leave it at that.
Yeah, I think it's the relationship. It really improves everything all around. The relationship is what, as it grows, you feel more comfortable just on a human level. I think that's something on my end, being a client of yours for some time now, has stood out, that it is quality over quantity, and you really are invested in the process, and you're not just churning out cookie cutter template editing. And that's not easy to do because I personally don't know of another company doing that right now. It all looks the same.
And it's because most companies too are focusing on the scaling. They're focusing on scaling the number of clients. Let's hire employees. And at some point with such numbers and volume, you're losing that human touch or that
the quality,
exactly. You lose that a little bit as you add more people, more hands that the video goes through. I feel like the less of the essence kind of loses it as more people touch it.
I completely agree with that. And you all obviously know, but my audience probably doesn't, that I was with another big platform that is very, very well known in the real estate industry. And things were happening that made me just feel like one of a million. And my videos definitely look like one in a million. And why would you want that? If you're putting all this time into your content and then it falls off in the editing phase, it's kind of a waste of time.
Oh yeah.
And money.
Yeah. And you don't even feel good about your content. Like I feel like if you're making something, you have to feel good about it. Like you really have to feel good. Like this is my video. Like this is mine. Not like
your personal brand too. It fits your personal brand. It's an extension of yourself.
And it has to feel like that. The color, the branding, the colors, the way you talk, maybe the way that you have a say in changing things in text, and like you want to try new ideas, but you can't because another team has a system that they you think is right, and it's like, but you should be testing things, you should be having fun with it. And I think that's what was cool about starting to work with you, and then starting to do all your long form stuff, or we could bounce ideas and you're like, cool, I'll try this, or this works or this doesn't work. It made it super easy.
Can you all tell me a little bit about, I obviously know what you do for me, but what types of content do you create for your clients?
So specifically, video content is our main specialty. Long form, short form. Started off with TikToks, Reels, Facebook Reels, Pinterest, even LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, but we've fully expanded to the whole thing. So now we do long form as well. Even podcasts as well. If people have like podcasts, we can help cut up and use that podcast as like an original source material, then which we will then make into YouTube videos and shorts as well. But it's honestly the whole video spectrum. We also do ads. We do anything online video related. We have the capability of creating.
And then everything kind of around, like from the pre-production to the production and post-production. So we work with a lot of clients remotely. So the production part of it is more of like, if clients have questions about equipment, or how should I shoot this, or maybe it is content ideas we help with. But also with the pre-production, coming with ideas, titles, thumbnails, we also do the SEO, keyword research, all that kind of stuff. And then we take care of the scheduling and posting as well. Every part of the video production we take care of.
And we're really pushing now where it's the team. You are essentially getting a team. Once you record and you send it off, you're good. We'll make it, we'll review, we talk about it, do this and this, but it's literally an exclusive team for your business. And that's the thing we're really pushing.
You all really are full service. It is start to finish. I just have to record, send everything, and I don't do anything else. And I think that's something else that really makes you different, because not only are you full service, but then it's also custom content. It's not this boilerplate approach, and that's really hard to find.
That's what we would want. I think that's what you always have to think as someone who's providing a service with whatever industry you're in. It's like, what would we want on the receiving end of it? Like, do I want to be run through this factory line, or do I want someone to be like, hey, we brought this to the table because we think you might like it, or you might want to try this? And it's like, yeah, that's what I would want.
You have so many value adds. You have given me so many different ideas for my content that I never would have thought of. And I didn't ask, you just volunteered and said, hey, have you thought about this? Like, you really do. Even a microphone. I asked you recently, hey, I don't know much about these. What would you recommend? And you got back to me with some valuable information and even what you've used. You're very giving with information that goes far beyond just editing.
I think that's the key to the relationship, where you have to give value, regardless of what it is. It could be information, it could be knowledge, and it shouldn't be like a 1-for-1, where it's like, okay, Amanda, you give me money and I'll give you this. Oh, you want more information? Okay, I need more money. You know what I mean? And I think that's how a lot of people think, because everyone's so money driven. But because we're so into this whole like team, we're a team. We always want you guys to feel like you have a team in us, but you're part of it. Like we care about your content as much as you do, is like the big thing. That's part of the full service aspect of it.
And I think what's important that we're giving is this perspective, like shift, or another perspective. Because I feel like when you're really in your content, sometimes you're kind of in that space for so long, when maybe another perspective outside of the box might be better, right? Or it might be. But I think that other perspective from other people who are literally in the weeds as well might be helpful in a lot of cases, actually.
You all have definitely helped me, both of you, with that, of just a different set of eyes, a different perspective from someone who doesn't live in the area. And it's a different way of thinking, and really beneficial, I think, because when it's a channel about relocation, you need that different perspective. I don't have the relocation perspective of Northern Virginia. I never will.
It also helps when you do have different sets of eyes, especially when Brandon and I, we watch so much different types of content because we're interested. Also, like, we're interested in different things. So it's cool when we get together and we're like, okay, what can we do better with their content, or with her content, or with his content? Like, what do you think works in this field? Something that we watch that we like is like, can we actually transfer those ideas into real estate, or, finance? So it's like having that and being able to like mix it up for you guys, because you might actually think it's fun now to actually start doing these things. And with you, I think that's what we found is like, you started to like your content again. You started to be more of yourself as opposed to super by the book and just doing it. It was like, oh, now this is Amanda. This is the real Amanda doing her content.
You got me out of my own way, and I was just going through the motions, just all facts, not the experience of really living here. And you all did that. I don't think I even saw it, really. Me personally, I don't think I realized how stiff and not myself I had become.
Yeah, and I think that's a misconception too that a lot of creators have, right? There's the difference between just the business creator, but also building a personal brand. And I think a lot of people just go for the quantity cookie cutter. I just need content out, which is, I guess, better than not having content. But if you are building a personal brand, it's who is this person, especially if it's relationships and trust that you're trying to build. I feel like that's much more important. And I think what you're doing and like your content and how people perceive themselves in their videos, I feel like is something that not touched upon or talked about really, unless you have like someone to tell you.
If you want to reach out to Kevin and Brandon, all of their contact information is in the description below. If you have any questions for them or me, drop it in the comments below. We'll be happy to get back with you. And as always, if you got some value from today's video, please consider hitting that like button. It always helps me out, and I truly do appreciate it. Until I see you on the next one, take care.